Hello everybody, Eugene Bear on YouTube. I'm back. Alright, this is teaching part 2. You can see I took my hat down so you know part 1 from part 2. Teaching part 2, we're picking up at verse 5. Jot down the words that I bring out. The last one in the verse before, verse 4. All that is called God, temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And I brought up the point, could the temple be earth? The great house, earth. Vessels of clay and of silver. Vessels of earthenware, clay. Vessels of silver and honor. Ready for the master's use. Vessels of honor. Okay, and the President of the United States is the most powerful man in the whole earth for a little while, but China and Russia are catching up with their military power and force. Verse 5 of 2 Thessalonians, apostasy, perdition, antichrist. That's the title of this teaching. Do you not remember that when I was still with you, I told you these things? Paul told Colossians 2,000 years ago. And 2,000 years ago he says there's many antichrists even now. All right. And I'm talking about 2 possible antichrists. I know the first one that just left office is in a spirit of antichrist. He's Islamic. Over against Christ. Over against Christianity. All right. Verse 6. And now you know what is restraining. Write down the word restraining, and that goes back to will not come in verse 3. Restraining, that he may be revealed. I think we had revealed. That's twice revealed. Jot down revealed. I ask you to jot down the key words. Revealed in his own time. These are the times we're living in 2,000 years later. 2 days later after the cross. Israel had 2 days before the cross. Christianity and Gentiles had 2 days after the cross. And we're 2 days plus right now. Verse 7. For the mystery of lawlessness. Now that's my second question that I ask all the time. Have you learned the mysteries? Are you a good steward of the mysteries, plural? Because there's negative and positive mysteries. And right now we're talking of the mystery of lawlessness. Antichrist. Okay? For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work for the past 6,000 years since Satan in heaven. The first sin was by the number 1 angel in pride, exalting himself. The second sin was disobedience of Adam and Eve in the garden on earth. I move on. Okay, verse 7 again. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restrains, and we had restrain earlier, I think, somewhere. Anyway, if not, restrains, will do so until he is taken out of the way. And then the lawless one, all right? Lawlessness, lawless one in 7 and 8. Write that down. Oh, here's revealed again. And then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with his breath of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. Parousia, when he comes in the clouds in the air. Next time the Lord comes, it's to get the saints, whether in the grave or alive, but he comes as the Lion of the tribe of Judah, with wrath, with a sword, and he takes care of business. He's not a lamb anymore. Okay? Even though he's been a lamb since the foundation of the world to be sacrificed, now he's raised and seated, Lord of lords, King of kings, great high priest, and he returns to make war and judgment. The Lord Jesus Christ is the only righteous judge, will judge with shield and sword and the word. Okay. I read on. Verse 9. The coming of the lawless one. Okay. 3 times. Lawlessness, lawless one, lawless one. is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders. Falsehood, lying. Lying. The Satan has been the father of lies from the beginning. All right? There's scripture and teachings about that in Christian ranks. 10. And with all unrighteousness, unrighteous deception. Unrighteousness and deception. Jot those two words down. 5 minutes and 22 seconds. It's all right here on the paper. I don't even have to modify it or bounce back and forth between writings. Line upon line, here and there, back and forth in the Word. All right? Here a little, there a little. Old Testament phrasing. Okay. Anyway, verse 11. No, back up to 10. And with all unrighteousness and deception among those who perish. It's about perdition, damnation, destruction, and perishing. All right? Among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth. And the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, when the Lord gave good testimony or witness and said, I came into the world to reveal truth, and those that are of the truth hear my voice or hear my teachings. Pontius said, what is truth? And in 1 John 5:6, the Spirit is truth. And I add word to the Spirit. God is word, God is spirit. Spirit first. Spirit word. The Spirit word is truth. The will of God is truth. Back up to verse 10 again, and I'll try to read straight through without much stopping. And with all unrighteousness and deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Shua. That's a whole other teaching. Write down Shua. S, small s, capital H, U-A. Put a line under the capital H. Shua has 4 meanings. I move on. Verse 11. And for this reason God will send. Let me repeat this 4 times. And for this reason God will send. God will send. The Creator will send. Elohim will send. El Elyon, El Father will send. God will send 5 times. All right? Them a strong delusion that they should believe the lie, the falsehood, vain words, especially from the 2 false Antichrist prophets who are number 1 in the world, the house of God, the temple of God, seated in power and authority. The President of the United States is the most powerful man with the most powerful army at this point, and we have been since World War I and World War II, the world police. Our military have been the world police in every nation we've gone to. Verse 12, that they all may be condemned. There's other words that I'm not seeing right now. I tried perdition, destruction, condemned. All right? That they may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. What is truth? The Spirit is truth. The Spirit word is truth. Antichrist is a lie, a falsehood, and over against truth. If you're born of the Spirit, you're born of the Spirit truth, and don't forget the truth. Love ya. I'm the Spirit teacher, Eugene Bear. I'm the truth teacher, and I just tried to open up what apostasy is, perdition, damnation, Antichrist. Anything that does not believe that the Lord Jesus Christ is raised from the dead, seated in heavenly places, the mediator, and will call the name of the saint sons at their coming before the Father and his angels. Love ya. Bye.